The room is filling up, and this is how it's going to work. We're going to do a little networking here today. And please have your microphone muted if possible. I know that sometimes we can hear background noise. Sunita, you look thrilled to be here. You okay? Yeah, good to see you. All right, we got about 25 in here. They are starting to trickle in. So I will get on with the introduction, and then we will get on to our special guests. We got a webinar coming up on Saturday. Everybody likes to work on Saturday, right? No? All right. Well, my name is Michael Fair. I am a film festival director and have been since 2008. My company is called Film Festival Circuit. Many of you may know me from a film festival you either attended or submitted to, or perhaps you read one of my ebooks or just registered for something, or maybe you're here completely by accident, and that's great too, because I'm glad that you are here. And one of the reasons why I created this networking session is because at the film festivals themselves, we do get time to meet with all of our filmmakers that come from out of town, but sometimes it just, when you got 40 or 50 different films represented at one festival, it's hard to meet everyone. So you start, giving out the 2-minute handshakes. Hey, how you doing? How was your trip? And it doesn't get a lot done. And so I wanted to make sure that you got to know me as a director, who I am as a person at these festivals, who I am in the industry, and just what we have to offer. And virtually, hey, you can't make every festival. Maybe you were accepted to a festival years ago, and we still have your email address and you're still around. We want you to be successful. We want you to meet other people in the industry. And it's not all about the festivals. That's just our introduction here. The idea is the information that you get from Film Festival Circuit makes you a better filmmaker and opens up ideas for you. And hopefully you can find some people that you're looking for. A lot of people come to these meetings to look for, hey, I'm looking for a composer. Hey, I'm looking for a crew member, camera person, looking for somebody in New York, looking for somebody in Kansas City, wherever you're from. People are always looking to make connections, both virtually and in person in this industry. And I think that's very important. If you actually come to our events, we start every event with either a coffee or a networking now, where we do those events, and it's just a nice buzz to see people getting to know each other and connecting. And for some of you, you may be so new to the industry that you're just like, I don't know what's going on. I just want to listen, which is just fine too. Join us, listen, check us out. The way this works is we go around the room and we have a show of hands, whoever wants to go first, and we introduce who you are, where you're from, and are you looking for services, or are you offering services? Are you a screenwriter looking to collaborate? Are you an investor looking to invest in a new series? Are you a producer, cameraman, whatever it is you do? Please join us and tell us who you are. We like to keep it under 2 minutes just so we can get to everyone and not go into OT. We do not pay time and a half. So if we can get out of here in 2 hours, that'd be great. For those of you who've actually been on set, you get that joke. Others of you are looking at me like, what are you talking about? So that's no problem. First things first, the most burning thing that I have going on. Well, we have 3 festivals coming up in March, 4 festivals coming up in March, actually, as a company. The Austin Micro Film Festival is on the 11th, which will be in Austin at the Southwest Theaters. Oregon Documentary Film Festival Spring 2023 will be taking place in Portland, Oregon at the Clinton Street Theater. And the Houston Comedy Film Festival, the original that started it all in 2008, we will be back at the Alamo Drafthouse La Centera, which is actually in Katy. So that's actually about 20 miles outside of Houston, but that's the last Alamo Drafthouse in the entire Houston market. So that's the one we're using. And that'll be on Monday, March the 13th, with a networking event for that. Later on in the month, once South by Southwest clears out, we get our theater back in Austin. So we will be at Austin Film Society Cinema on March the 26th for the Austin Comedy Film Festival, and the Austin After Dark Film Festival will be on April the 2nd at Austin Film Society Cinema. So that's a lot. I know we have 32 events planned for the year, and we have completed 3. And the one we just did was the Snowpocalypse event in Portland on Sunday. So that was a travel nightmare, but made it happen anyway. So here we are. Other news to talk about: Film Festival Circuit TV, our 12th event, our newest venture. It's completely free submissions, and it's free to watch until July the 31st. So if you want to check out some independent films, if you go to tickets.filmfestivalcircuit.com, I'll throw the link in the chat right now. You can, if you're a filmmaker, you can submit anything you want. It's a non-exclusive license. You can submit anything that you want. And if you would just like to watch the movies and check out what Film Festival Circuit TV is all about, just go to that page that I threw in the chat and you will see the info, and check us out as we build the channel. We're in beta. We've only got about 13 films on there right now, but we are going to be adding. We are getting a ton of submissions, probably about 5 to 7 submissions every hour on the hour. So it's starting to fill up. I guess whenever you put out something that's free, people take notice and they start submitting, but we're getting some really, really good content, and we can't wait to encode it and put it on the channel. And so that brings me to the next thing going on March the 4th. We got a webinar, a very special webinar, and it is called, Are You Ready to Fund Your First Feature Film? And this stems from the most popular question that I get into at every festival is, hey, Michael, I've completed a short film, or I've completed a pilot for a show, or I've completed a screenplay, and I really want to shoot this. What do I do next? And, you know, in American society, things can be very linear. You always know the next step. When you're in first grade, the goal is second grade. When you're in 12th grade, the goal is college, right? When you're in college, maybe the goal is grad school, depending on where you jump off the education train. We know which way we're going. But when it comes to making a film, for every one of you, and when I'm talking about a feature film, you know, 90 minutes or 100 minutes, it is a journey. It goes left, it goes right. It takes years sometimes. And at times you can feel like, you know, it's taking forever, or you don't know which step to take next, or, you know, other people have been down this journey. How do I make it? We get off the linear path that we're used to when we go on into making a feature film. And that path can be determined by your budget, your resources, your genre, your access to distributors, those type of things. And oops, somebody unmuted themselves. If you're coming on, please mute yourself if you're not talking just yet. I don't know who Kay is, but Kay is unmuted. So what I was saying was, you don't know where to go. You want to take that step for your feature film and to get it made. You want to rise up from making shorts to features. Well, I've got a guest for this webinar who's done just that. His name is Oliver Mann, and Oliver is a director who is based up in New York. I'll let him introduce himself. He is a friend of mine, and the reason why we are partnering with this, also consults with me on a lot of business things. Very, very smart person when it comes to the film industry. He completed several shorts to get into the, you know, to kind of build up the resume, and his film, Such a Funny Life, is available everywhere, video on demand, available all over planet Earth. If you're looking for the film, you can find it. And it was able to recoup his investment, which is huge. There's a lot of people. What's the joke? How do you become a millionaire in the film industry? That's easy. You start with $1 billion, right? So there's a lot of people that just quite haven't made their money back on things. And I wanted for someone to explain their journey and how they really did this step by step and get into the nitty gritty. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce, just for a couple minutes here, my man, Oliver Mann. How are you, Oliver?
Michael, you're dropping some gems today, man.
Thank you, sir.
Whoa, wow, many punchlines today. Great. So I'll introduce myself. My name is Oliver Mann. As Michael said, I'm a producer, writer, director. I directed my first feature film, Such a Funny Life. Of course, before that, I produced and directed a couple of short films. So now I'm tackling my second feature film, Hero Lost Dirt, my multi-million-dollar feature film, and I'm excited. Not only that, I'm excited to talk about my journey. As Michael said, it is a tough journey. There's not one way to fund your first feature film and to complete your feature. So I'll talk about my journey and how long it took me, which is, just to give you a caveat, it took me over 7 years to do my first feature film, Such a Funny Life. So I'm not saying that you need to follow my footsteps. I'm going to tell you during the webinar where I've been, and perhaps to maybe follow my lead, or sometimes to find out other ways you can learn from my journey. So one thing I know is it's definitely good to try to find your personal assets to fund your first feature film if that's the only thing you got, if you don't have investors, which happened to me. But now I'm at a point where I do have investors for my second feature, and it's because of my journey to do my first feature film. So that's what I'm here for, and what the about.
All right, my man Oliver chiming in. We're going to get into the nitty gritty and really talk about, you know, Oliver has a way that he approaches investors, and also talk about some of the differences between different types of funding. Like, and we all know about like donation-based crowdfunding, but what is equity crowdfunding? Do you know? Well, you probably want to know if you're raising money for a feature film. Oliver's also going to go into, he had an experience getting distribution. Such a Funny Life was theatrical. Such a Funny Life is also distributed on demand. And so we're going to get into that, and you get to ask your questions. Participation in the webinar. There are a limited number of seats. I believe there are 17 seats left for Saturday morning. I say it's going to be 2.5 hours, but depending on the questions, it may go a little bit more than that. And if you can't make it for whatever reason, you can't make it, it will be recorded. And so you'll get it. It's just the advantage of actually being there is that you can ask questions that you may have personally for you. I also will say, sorry to put all these words in your mouth, Oliver, but it's a narrative feature is what he did. And the next one is a narrative. It's not a documentary. So it's not as documentary film focused, even though you can still get great information. But set your expectations accordingly. We're talking, sets, actors, drama, that's what we're talking about in the films that Oliver has on deck. And huge accomplishment to you. I'm glad we could get you in here, Oliver, before you start on pre-production and all that good stuff. I know it looks like your year is going to be super busy, my friend, but you are a very determined individual. And his punchline, I'll let you talk for a second longer if you want to, Oliver, but the punchline is like, he did this and you can do this. If that's what you want to do, is make a feature film, I'll let you take it, Oliver. Go ahead.
Yeah, you read my mind. I was actually going to say that it's, it comes across as a punchline, but it's something that rings so true. I've been saying it all this week because I've been doing a lot of interviews this week is, if I can do it, you can do it. Because I remember those times where, because the webinar, obviously it's going to be educational. It's going to be walking you through my journey, but I also hope it's going to be inspirational because I speak with passion, I believe, because I'm passionate. Because I remember when I was doing Such a Funny Life and I couldn't figure out how to tie everything up to actually shoot the film, I thought to myself, all right, if I do make it out of this war, I'm going to have to tell other people about this war story and how to not get as many scars. So again, it's going to sound like a pitch, but it's actually true. If I can do it, you can as well. You just need to find that thing inside of you to make sure that this happens by, it's going to sound a little bit extreme, but by all means necessary to a point. And that's what I did. So I know you all can do it as well. If you're in that phase where you're going from a short film to a feature film, or even your first feature film to a second feature film, because it doesn't get easier, it gets different. So that's how I can describe it. That's where I'm at with Hero Lost Her. It is it's an all-day job, and I'm the head producer until I hire my secondary producer, so I can only focus on directing, which we'll do maybe when we're about 80% funded, which will be probably in 60 to 90 days. And now I'll have a head producer, and then I'll only focus on directing. So, I'll tell people about that journey as well, and they can extrapolate things from that. So again, if I can do it, you definitely can do it. And I want to see you all do this as well.
My man. Thank you. Oliver, we'll see you on the 4th. I appreciate your time. Yes.
All right, boss. Nice to see you again, man.
Yeah, hang out if you can, but I know you're busy, so I appreciate you.
But I'm itching. I got phone calls and emails.
Go ahead. My man,
I'll see everyone Saturday, okay?
All right, see you there.
All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, cool. Good to have Oliver on. I want to talk to somebody else because some people are looking for producers, or they want to hear experience from people that have actually delivered films to theatrical distribution and to distribution worldwide multiple times. I saw William Garcia chime in here. Hey, William, are you available to talk for a quick moment?
No, I'm here. I got
man
for a couple of hours to hang out and stuff. Absolutely.
Oh, good. William Garcia, what's up, brother? You know, sometimes I tell people, I don't know, someone else's, who's Kara? Kara, please mute your mic for me, please. William Garcia, I appreciate you, my man. I know your experience, and please tell everybody what it is that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is William Garcia. I'm an independent feature film producer based out of Los Angeles, California. I've been in the industry for over 30 years. Actually, I started as a DP and as a director. Mike and I We had our adventures across Europe and, working for, what was that? It was Get Out and Project My World. That was
Yeah.
for Mark Cuban's company, HD Net with HD Republic. So I've been in the industry for a really long time, independent producer now for the last 10 years or so. I was also a development executive for Rebel Way Entertainment. This was pre-pandemic, and worked for Yoram Globus, who was the founder of the Canon Group and the former president of MGM Studios. So I deal with, development, financing, production, all that kind of stuff. During the pandemic, we produced 2 feature films. One is Rally Caps, which is right now, we placed a hold on distribution because one of our lead actors is Judd Hirsch. And some of you might know that he's up for a nomination for the Oscars for The Fabelman. So we have his next film and we're getting a lot of interest. The film's doing really well. We're using the film festival circuit to garner a little bit of attention. So that film we shot during the pandemic. Also Samland, that was a small little film. My brother kind of reached out and said, hey, I need help on the small little indie. So we finished that movie also during the pandemic. That movie, Samland, is already released on all the different platforms in the United States and Canada. And I have other films, Obsession, that's released, The Shift with Danny Glover. So I'm a working producer. Right now, I have I would say about 8 projects at different stages of development. We're now moving forward with casting with my next film called Toy House. We're now negotiating the casting director's step deal. So we already found the casting director that we want for this project, and we're scheduled to shoot in Louisiana in principal photography September 11th. And that's just a little bit about me. I mean, I've been around and I'll hang out for a couple of hours. I think like I'm good until like 1 o'clock my time. So anyways, I'm here to hang out, and I do help filmmakers. I'll throw in my contact information and you can book time. I don't charge consulting fees kind of stuff. I just network that way. So I'll throw in my info on the chat, and you can book some time and we can have a conversation about your project. And I'll wrap it there, Mike, and
All right.
I'm happy to answer any questions.
My man, so all those people out there sitting on we'll make sure I'm unmuted. Yeah, all those people out there who are sitting on a project or a screenplay or a film or something like that, and they want to meet producers, here's one. So reach out in the chat, and maybe it'll be a match. And this one important thing, and one thing, a piece of advice that William gave me in the past, is that when you're talking to a potential investor or producer, whoever it is, make sure that they're actually looking for what you have. And I'll never forget, I think you told me a story one time, William, about someone said that you said you were looking for horror films and someone walked up to you and started pitching like a romantic comedy or something. And
yeah, that was kind of really, I mean, imagine we're having a conversation and the person asked me, what exactly are you looking for? And this at the time, I was the development executive at Rebel Way Entertainment, and we were buying scripts. And I was like, I am just looking for horror. And the person actually pitched me a comedy. And I looked at him like, did you not listen to me? Yeah, but anyway.
So yeah, know it's a match and try to ask those qualifying questions. Don't just show up and throw up. Make sure you actually know. Just lay the groundwork a little bit. This business is about relationships, and we can tell you story after story about someone you meet early in their career and they're a production assistant or production coordinator or something, and the next thing you know, they're an executive at a network 15 years, 20 years later when you meet them. So you never know who you're going to meet in this industry. All right, well, let's get on down to the part that everybody wants to do, and that's the introductions and putting yourself out there and introducing yourself to the group, throwing your info into the chat. Remember, the 3 questions I'm going to ask you is, where are you located? Are you looking for something? Are you presenting some skills? And anything else you can kind of tell us about yourself, and try to keep it, like I said, just a couple of minutes. All right. First hand up I see is Christos Katsovos. I hope I said that right. I usually murder names. Can you go ahead and unmute yourself, Christos?
Indeed.
My man.
And how you guys doing again? I apologize because I'm coming back from a bad flu for this past week.
Ooh.
Okay, let's see if I can talk again. All right, my name's Christos Katsovas. Yes,
Katsovas.
that's the world's most complicated Greek name, so I like to shorten it to Chris in any of my emails. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I own a post-production company called Signal and Noise, and I'm mainly looking for more editing work or more visual effects compositing work. And after doing this for almost about 10 years, I'm now finally thinking about putting a first feature together. I've shot like a bunch of shorts. I've shot made a bunch of TV commercials, motion graphics, ads, all that stuff. So yes, I figure after doing this for so long, might as well take a stab at doing my first feature sometime in the next couple of years. But the long and short of it is about a decade ago, in like 2008, 2009, I was working for a design studio out in Brooklyn, New York. While I was there, I went to study special effects in Pennsylvania at the Savini School. And then I went to California, worked a bunch of low budget movies for the Sci-Fi Channel. And thank God they paid me in cash, because I would never in a million years reveal the movies I worked on. And the biggest project I worked on before I left Los Angeles was Tron Legacy for Disney. And now living up here, I was originally thinking I was going to do special effects up here in Seattle, but I ended up becoming a film director by accident, because every person that would call me say, "You do special effects, but can you direct?" I was like, yes. So now I became a director. And mainly, I just have a lot of fun doing it. And I met a lot of interesting people over the years. And the people who haven't seen me from the last meeting, I'm friends with a famous film composer named Ron Jones, who did like Star Trek: The Next Generation. And he used to do all of Seth MacFarlane's stuff for his animated projects. And I just like doing post-production. I'm an editor at heart. And I also like to help out other filmmakers, because I have a lot of friends in the makeup business that would send me their horror movie scripts because they found out I can write. So what they would do is they would just send me their scripts, and then I would just read the scripts, and then I would give them super detailed notes about pacing and stuff like that. So that's like a little side thing I do for free to help people out with their script writing. But I know for a fact, based on what I saw in the last meeting, there's way more talented screenwriters than I am. But I just like to help people out, like young filmmakers that start out. Last meeting, a nice young Texas filmmaker asked me to review her short films. I just gave her a nice and honest review, and she thanked me for it. And so I always had that open available. If you're a young student filmmaker and you have films, I can analyze it from like a technical perspective, because I've mostly been working in the industry in the highly technical areas of like color correction, sound design, and editing. And yes, I've mentioned post-production like 100 times so far. But that's me. Is there anything else you'd like to know, Michael?
No, I think that's it. I mean, I guess in short order, people want to know, you're in the Northwest, and you're doing post, and you got skills, and I think you're underselling your amount of post-production skills that you have. I think you've got some great credits there. So
hold on. I have this list. I didn't want to spend like 10 minutes reading a giant list of like, yes, I can do ProRes and do all this stuff. No, nobody wants to hear that. I can say that in the chat for everybody, but I'll say this.
Okay.
From just a professional experience, if you guys are going to do your films and everything, shoot in 4K or higher. Because even though a lot of festivals ask for 1080p's, a lot of like distribution networks for like streaming services, they always insist on at least a 4K copy of your film. And to my surprise, a lot of filmmakers, they could edit in 4K, but they don't know about a lot of subtle technical aspects that's also involved, like compression and all that other stuff, and exporting out and making sure you have the right deliverables. So that way that whoever you're getting into won't complain about it, and also how to properly mix 5.1 or 2-channel audio to bake it into your project file. So that way you can deliver it correctly and not have to pay extra and fixing it again. So I do a lot of that because I have a lot of people that send me a final product, but they can't get 5.1 to work. And then it turns out it's like a very highly compressed MP4 file. So just refixing everything and
Sure.
making them like professional standard and all that. So yeah, that's me.
All right. For post-production help, reach out to Christos. So I appreciate you, man. Christos, you speak Greek?
I wish I did, but I only learned all the dirty words in Greek.
Yeah, me too. My mom's Greek, and it's tough, man. It's tough to remember everything but the dirty stuff. So,
Oh, which island or part of Greece is she from?
oh, straight in Athens, right in Naos Cosmos, and in the heart of Athens. I mean, she can look out of her balcony and see the Parthenon. That's where my mom lives.
Neat. My father's from Argos.
Okay, good stuff.
All right.
All right, brother. Take it easy. Moving on to the next one. Thank you, Christos. Michael Fitzer. What's up, Michael?
Hey, how are you? Can everybody hear
Oh
me?
man, couldn't be better.
Good, good. Thanks for putting this on. Yeah, so I'm Mike. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and I make my living as a DP. First as a second AC, then as a first AC. But for the last 15 years, I've worked as a DP, mostly in the documentary and commercial markets.
Okay.
But I have 2 films out, one as a DP and one as a producer. The first one was Pleased to Meet Me with John Doe and Amy Mann, and it premiered on iTunes and went to Netflix for about 18 months. And the second one, I came on as a development producer, and that was a pre-sale deal with The Orchard, which is now 1091. And so that went to Hulu, went to theaters and then went to Hulu. But I stepped off that during production and went to develop a TV show over in the UK.
Ooh.
And that TV show actually sold to a network in the Netherlands. And then I had about 70% of the budget in place, and then was looking for corporate sponsorship, and then COVID hit and it tanked everything.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it was a real kick in the teeth. It was actually a show about semi-pro soccer teams. And then Ryan Reynolds went and bought one and made a TV show about it. So the network was like, well, we like you, but you know, Ryan Reynolds. So
yeah.
So, but I do have that compelled me to go ahead and pick up my a feature that I've been working on for some time off and on. I originally shot the documentary about 11 years ago, where I followed a young woman who's tragically her 9-month-old daughter was murdered by the boyfriend. And
Oh my goodness.
she donated the organs, and a couple of years after that I followed her to Chicago and I filmed her listening to her daughter's heart inside of another child. And I bought the life rights. I paired up with another writer. We wrote the screenplay, and the screenplay has done well on the festival circuit. It's done well on the blacklist. And I have the PPM ready. I have the subscription agreement ready. I have a fiscal sponsor in place, and I have a little bit of money in the bank. But right now I'm just banging my head against the wall, trying to find investment or even fiscal sponsors for this. Primarily, I think because of the subject matter, because it is so daunting, this being an issue that everybody knows exists, but nobody really wants to talk about. So, but the script has been vetted. It's, if I do say so myself, it's a really solid script. And I do have some money in the bank, but always on the lookout for more. So I am right now looking for investment. That's the number one thing. Number two thing is, as a DP, I'm always looking for opportunities to shoot short films and feature and documentary work. So that's it from me.
All right, Michael, thank you. Thank you for coming down. All right, we're going to go on to Ken Montano. Hey, Ken.
Hello, hi, my name's Ken, and I'm from Orlando, Florida.
Hey, Ken.
And I primarily was a photographer for like the last 9 years until 2020. My wife and I decided to make a production company, only because somebody came up to us and said, hey, could you make a movie? And I was like, sure. I never made a movie before, but I made a movie, and we got some experience from that, and got my first paycheck for making a movie. So I guess I'm a filmmaker now. So 3 years later, now it's like yeah, we've had like we've made 4 clients, 4 films from 4 separate clients. So I never thought I would make more money in making the photography, but it just kind of happened that way. So I'm basically one of these people that I just really enjoy every aspect of film. Even like from like when I was like 11 years old, I was making stop motion animation videos in my room, and I didn't really realize at the time, but I was like teaching myself, the aspects of camera and angles and all that stuff. And then when I got older, I just realized, oh, I kind of like know a lot about this stuff, and so I just like that's just where I am today. And so I have a film coming out this summer at film festivals called Ready for Love, and excited about that. I've made 15 short films since 2020, but only 2 of them have been into film festivals, and one of them just won best horror film. So
Oh, good stuff.
pretty excited about that. But I want to start putting more of my films into film festivals.
Okay. Well, hey, you start doing that. Obviously that's our business, and we offer film festivals in Portland, Austin, Houston, San Antonio, and Atlanta, and we will be doing more expansion. But there's so many film festivals out there. I always tell filmmakers, start with the ones that are within driving distance, so you don't have to worry about a hotel and all that stuff. You can go check out the festival and come home. But keep submitting, my friend. Keep submitting. Get this stuff out there.
If I want to have my film out in like June or July, is there like a submission? What time I should be trying, to put that in?
Well, the first deadline, the early deadlines are always good for any festival. Our festivals are every 3 months, so just kind of whenever you're done, it's time to submit.
Okay.
But in a general rule, especially if you're dealing with an annual festival, submit as early as you can. Just the judges are usually hungry to get submissions really early, and they really jump all over your film and watch it a couple of times. And so there's just that certain, filmmakers always like to wait. I'm guilty too, but we like to wait until the last minute. I mean, I've actually had 30 films come in for Austin After Dark Film Festival with 9 minutes left in the submission period that was open for 3 months. So a lot of people shove them in at the end, but we watch every single film through and through. We have the same amount of judging scorecards for every single film. We have kind of a balanced system. But get them in early, my friend. Try to get the first deadline, but try to get your stuff in early. That's all I can really recommend to you.
Hopefully I'll see you guys this summer.
Yeah, typically our final deadlines are about 60 days before our actual events.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
All right, my man. Ken's being modest. He's a whole turnkey production company. If anybody want to get their movie made, they can just call up Ken and it's over. All right. We're going to, I know I'm going to mess this name up. Is it Petri or Petri Purahao? Puraho.
Hi, Mike.
Fix me,
hi,
man.
everyone. It's Petri, but Americans call me Petri. Yes, I know.
Okay, I didn't
Nice
do that.
to meet you, everyone.
I said Petri. How do you say your last name?
Puraho.
Puraho. Okay, my man.
All right. I put in the chat. So I'm here to offer my services as a composer. A little bit about my background. I'm a self-taught music composer, and I started to be a filmmaker, I guess. I started with doing videos at the same time when I was composing, moved on to doing a documentary, fell in love with my partner. Then because of the long distance that we have, then we started doing web series online to pass the time. Then after that, after many seasons, we decided to move on to doing a feature film. All right, we did that. And then American directors got interested in me in Mississippi area. They contacted me, and I now have finished 2 independent feature films. One of them was more drama horror. The other one was gangster drama thriller. Oh gosh. So I finished those, and I'm here again offering you my services as a composer. And I put to the chat, there is my my partner's website. The first link, and the second one is mine and our music productions. So you can go and listen on Bandcamp if you like. And if you got interested in me and on what I specifically offer here, then great. I love to do, I write all my stuff, I edit all my stuff, I direct my stuff, I act in my own productions. I want to expand to every single thing that I can do in the film at the moment. And my videos, documentary, web series, feature film, comedic thing, and short films, they have all got into film festivals. So I was a little bit surprised, how can I do that? But one thing that I do is I always keep my time. So that's it for me. 2 minutes is up. I don't know.
All right.
You don't say, but 2 minutes is done.
I know. I'm
So
gonna have
I
like
always
a
keep my
gong.
schedule. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna have like a gong or something. Petri, real quick, you're in Finland right now?
I am in Finland right now, and
Oh,
it doesn't
man.
matter nowadays because of online and files being transferred. So it was so easy to do work with Americans. I know the time difference, and everything went really, really well.
Well, thank you for taking the time. I hope you're a regular, and I want to listen to some of your stuff. So thank you for stopping in.
Please go do.
All right.
Great.
That was,
I'll listen to everybody else's pitches.
thank you. Well, that was Petri. All right, from Finland. I can't believe. I mean, how many people this reaches all over the globe. We're gonna move on to Gary Davies. Hey, Gary.
Kia ora.
What's
How you
up,
going,
man? Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you again.
How are
Good,
things?
everyone. Yeah, my name's Gary. I'm a horror filmmaker here in New Zealand, and I've got a ghost demon in the machine again.
I mean,
trying
all
to
I needed
destroy
was
my computer. I kind of like the aesthetic, but hopefully it doesn't
I
happen
was
too often.
expecting someone with a knife to come up behind you while that was happening.
Yeah, I considered putting something on like that. Yeah, look, it just okay. I guess everyone can kind of see. I mean, that's probably giving everyone a headache, is it?
you can mute the camera. You can pause that. We'd love to hear from you, Gary.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's nice to be here. Thanks for putting this on.
No worries.
I'll keep an eye on this. Yeah, horror filmmaker from New Zealand. I'm just turn that thing off because the demon stop. It's the future here in New Zealand. It's Thursday morning, so nice to see you all. And I've got a large slate of horror scripts, mostly psychological. There's a few creature features in there, lots of fun mysteries, and yeah, I've been at this for a couple of decades now. Had quite a bit of success. I did a no-budget feature quite early on, and all things considered, that went pretty well. So we got to a big festival in New York at the time, and yeah, had an interesting time supporting the film. And yeah, unfortunately, it's quite hard to get horror up here in New Zealand. Everyone's always surprised to hear that, because horror, everyone tends to think that's so lucrative and always so popular. But there's not a lot of support for it here. So as much as I'm talking to people here, I'm always talking to producers and stuff here. I'm generally reaching out offshore. I've had previous LA rep for a project and some UK rep for another, and unfortunately haven't got anything into production, but I've been making a lot of short films. Last one's won a lot of awards. It's called Be Quiet, and that was at one of Mikel's festivals and did well, which is great.
Very
so
well.
nice to be involved in that. And yeah, I'm just looking to connect with anyone. I mean, obviously primarily producers for trying to get these films up, but I'm always keen to connect with everyone, because like I said, there's not much of a horror scene here, so it's nice to network with peeps all around the world. And I like, for instance, I had a German composer drop me a line before Christmas, and we had a Zoom chat and connected there. And isn't it amazing? We've got these video phones. It's like when I was growing up, I remember watching Aliens as a teenager, and I was like, oh, they've got a video phone. Isn't that incredible? And here we are. We can do this. Look, I can see all these people. It's just a shame that my video phone doesn't work.
Oh, that's all right. Next time.
There, oh, I might be back for like 3 seconds before Beelzebub comes back.
Well, Gary, you're you're a heck of a horror filmmaker, man, and it's, you know, Texas or horror is popular everywhere in the U.S. So the market is here, but I'm sure there's
totally.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's some actors that would love to travel to New Zealand to be in one of your horror films. So hope you make the connections you're looking for. I hope you find some producers here because you know what, it's a thriving market, and that's one of those markets. You know, if you ask anybody, I'm sure William would say this too. It's like it doesn't always have to be star driven, and horror films could make a lot of money just based on the dedication to that genre. So
that's dead right. Yep, it's the
appreciate
concept,
having you.
It's the Thanks, man. Thanks, Michael.
My man. All right, Gary. Don't be a stranger.
Cheers, everyone.
Take it easy. All right, going on to Jacob Camus. Jacob.
Hey, Michael. Haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a long time, my friend. How are you?
During the pandemic, we would kind of have meetings with you and William, and it's good to see you guys again.
Good stuff. Fun times.
Yeah. So I'm
we finished really quick. Hi, it's good to see you.
Hey, William, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I haven't been to a table meeting in years, so I don't know what's going on with that. So, but it's good to see you.
Good to see you too. I'm starting to go to LA again. I'm going to be there March 20th for a couple months, and now that the pandemic's over, I'm doing a little bit more traveling. And it's for we finished a gritty family drama in Hawaii. We're in post-production on it, about 80% done. And I went to the American film market in November, and we got 10 distribution companies interested in watching the screener. And actually, I got a couple more after that. So what I need, if anybody knows, what I need right now is an attorney who knows distribution. From what I hear, you don't want any attorney, you know, looking at the contracts. You want one that knows distribution. So I'm looking for anybody in LA or otherwise that maybe I can have lunch with and kind of get to know them a little bit. And it's kind of an interesting, been an interesting production. And so we're looking forward to getting this thing out there and shown.
All right. Well, I am going to recommend someone to you. I had her in my last meeting, Caroline Stussy. I don't know if she's here today, but did an interview, and her contact info is public. It's in the video. And I am going to, very interesting conversation about contracts and intellectual property, very sharp. Yeah. And I am going to throw the information in the chat.
That'd be much appreciated. And by the way, for all my Greek buddies out there, I was born in Athens, just about a half mile away from the Parthenon.
Oh man, so what neighborhood though? What neighborhood?
It was called Aharnon. It's still called Aharnon, the Aharnon district. And my Greek is broken, but I can still speak a little bit.
Yeah, Milasemenika. There you go.
And I still love Greek food.
Yeah, for sure. All right, my friend. Thank you for checking in. We're going to keep it moving. I put Caroline Stussy's info and the video in there. She's an entertainment attorney. Give her a shot. Here we go. We're going to move on from Jacob, who joined us, to Juliana Filippi.
Hi, everyone. Very nice to meet everyone. It's my first time here. Hi.
Thank you.
My name is Juliana Filippi. Juliana's fine. Jules is awesome too. No. I'm in Houston, Texas. I'm originally from San Juan, Puerto Rico, but I was born in Cleveland, so a mixture of a lot of places. And I am an actor. I have been acting since I was 15 in Puerto Rico. I'm a trained flamenco dancer, tango, salsa, I sing, but now it's all blended into acting. And primarily my passion is film acting, using subtlety and the drama that's the deepest drama that happens when somebody can't even talk, you know, when life hits you hard, all that good stuff. And comedy too, but it's a different story. And I would love to start working on short films if I can. I need to build an awesome reel. I put together a reel that's a couple of scenes that I did with my husband, who is amazing. He helps me with all my stuff. And I really want to get some really good material under my belt and also work on indie films, which is my bread and butter. I just finished being in an indie in New Mexico in November. That's in post. It's called Coyote Cage. I played Dora Maria's sister. It's on my IMDb. I have done commercial work in Texas. I speak Spanish, obviously. I speak English, hopefully, yes. I speak Italian, I speak French. I do accents really well. And actually, I love the horror genre. I think there's something really beautiful in horror movies that sometimes people think that it's all gore and scary and, you know, woo. But I think there's a lot of beauty in horror stories and a lot of humanity. I also like campy action movies. I love James Bond. James Bond is one of my top what do you call it, like brands. Indiana Jones, Star Wars. I'm like a geek for all films. So yeah, that's me. I would love to connect with anybody. I can leave my Instagram and email in the chat. But yeah, I want to be in films and I want to be acting. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Well, hopefully I sent you a message. Why don't you join us at the Houston Comedy Film Festival? We open up with a happy hour networking. I don't know what side of town you're on, but the Alamo Draft House is in Katy. It's out towards a little past Highway 6.
No, I'm in River Oaks, so it's I can drive anywhere.
Yeah, so join us. I sent you some info and the promo code. Bring your husband. Come on down and meet people, because there's a lot of people, especially in Houston, for whatever reason. We get a lot of producers, a lot of people making movies. I know a couple of guys that have a company that distributed like a 6-episode series on Tubi very recently, and I know that they're in production and they're going to be joining us. So just a lot of good contacts. So please come on down. All right.
Also, yeah, and I have no problem traveling. If your movie's in New Zealand or Texas or Seattle, California, whatever, that's what we do. So yeah, and I'll check that out. Thank you.
No worries. And did you have an acting reel as well that you published, or was it just your?
I can give everybody, I'm going to put here my Instagram that has all my headshots and pictures and videos of me dancing in some short films. And if you connect with me, like reels, they take so long to like load. Let me put the YouTube and I'll do that. I'll let you go on. I don't want to take up too much time, but I'll put my YouTube reel. So yeah, I'll put that all here.
Sorry to put you on the spot. Just, you
know, thank
it's
you.
hot. Like when people are talking to you, they want to bookmark you. So
no worries. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to move on to Amy. I hope I get this one right. Is it Rajala or Rahala?
It's Ryala. Yes.
I am just on planet Mars right now.
It's actually a Finnish last name. So Petri just DM'd me asking, have I been to Finland? Not yet, but I sure hope so. Thanks so much for having us, Michael. This is really exciting. I look forward to hearing from the rest of you. And thanks for sharing, Jules. It's nice to hear from women in the industry. Sure. I am an aspiring stills and BTS photographer. I am from Vancouver, Canada. And I recently attended the Portland Comedy Film Festival last year. We had a short film / web series called Family Business, and we won Best Actress at that, which was really fun.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, that was the first short film I have attended. So, or sorry, first film festival I've attended. So it was really, really fun. I got my start in the industry at BCIT. That's the British Columbia Institute of Technology. I went there for television video production, and I just graduated as the pandemic hit. So it was really a struggle to figure out where my place in the industry was going to be and what kind of steps I could take as everything was kind of closing down. So for the last 3 years, I've been a COVID PA / COVID assistant on Warner Brothers Kung Fu TV show. It's been a wonderful experience. I'm really having a good time. And now I'm just kind of starting to gear into doing more stills and kind of going away from the COVID work. As much as it's been a blessing and wonderful experience, I really want to follow my heart and start taking those stills photos.
All right, good stuff. So do what kind of still, do you do headshots and things for people, or you do like
Yeah.
nature, or what is it do you have a
Honestly,
particular-
I'm interested in all of it, but I think doing stills photography for movies and TV shows and just documenting the process and getting the shots of the crew working with the actors, I just love that. And I have a huge heart for kind of getting to show the magic happening that most people don't get to see.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for joining us. I hope you make some connections, and please don't be a stranger.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Yeah, no problem. All right. We just talked to Amy, and now we're going to move on to Sunita. Hey. Where'd Sunita go? Hey, hey.
You're still
Disappeared.
muted.
Yeah, I'm muted. Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem.
It was so much fun last time that I came back again, Michael.
Thank you.
And but I'm a filmmaker, and like a lot of other people here, I'm trying to make my first horror feature film.
Yes.
I have a script, and I'm trying to pitch it, but first I have to kind of submit it to film festivals or script festivals, and maybe see if I can get some traction there. And because a lot of people say that's the way to go, to try to get some kind of some presence in film festivals. And I made a lot of short films. I sent you one, right, Michael? And I'm also made a small little film in India, which I'm trying to market right now. I think it's kind of decent. It's really good, I think. But of course, I'm biased here. And it is so hard to get a short film distributed. So
it is.
I will send it to that gentleman. He said Christianos, and to get some feedback from him. I'm always trying to get feedback on my scripts and my films. So I'll send it to him, and maybe he can give me some feedback. It's a 15-minute short film. And I tried to make a silent short film this time. So let's see how, if it comes to anything.
Yeah,
But,
sure. I can look at it for you.
Yes, thank you, Christianos. I will send it to you, and you can really blast it if you don't, if you don't like it. But I'd really like to get some feedback. And anyway, like I was telling you last time, Michael, your festivals are a little far away, and I'm not being able to fit in any slot.
Sure.
But I made that little comedy film a while ago, so that's the one I sent you. It's not new, but
I watched it. I judged it. I went on my other judges to finish. It's very funny. I like both actors. It's like a romantic comedy, but yet the two main characters aren't really the ones that are the love interest, but it's still about romantic issues. And I think it's good. Both of those actors they're just so vibrant. They do a good job of their expressions off camera. I gave it very high marks. So
thank you.
We're getting a lot of, you're very welcome. We're getting a lot of submissions to Film Festival Circuit TV. So our judges are trying to catch up with all of them, but I personally watched it from front to back and I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you. So, I keep plugging away, and hopefully one day I'll get somewhere. I'm not one of those young people. Somebody just said that, that he wants to help young people make it. I think Cristiano said that, or somebody else maybe, but I'm not that young, but I still think I have a lot left in me. So I'm trying. And so, let's see, maybe I'll get somewhere. So there's this horror script that I'm trying to pitch right now. It's like a psychological, kind of thriller with a lot of mythology, Indian mythology thrown in. And so instead of zombies coming in, there's a lot of Indian demons and monsters coming in. So it's there is potential there. I'm not good at pitching, so I'd be horrible at verbally pitching anything. But I'm going to send it to some people and see if I can get some traction there. And so that's me. And if anybody wants, I put in my IMDb profile. So anybody wants to reach out to me, please do. I have a ton of short films that I put out in film festivals, but one of them is actually running on Hotstar, Disney Plus. So I'm excited about that. And one of my films is like semi-horror. It's called Crazy Bird Lady. It's kind of like magic realism and a lot of, it's not really horror, but so I'm hoping I can get that distributed next. So
all right. Thank you, Sunita, for checking in. We'll get back to you about that film. And hey, if they can do the American Werewolf in London, they can do the Indian mythological creature in New Zealand too. So let's make those connections. All right.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Moving on, Ed Castaneda. Am I saying that right? Castaneda?
Castaneda, but close, yeah.
All right,
Close
I'm
enough.
trying here, man. I'm the name butcher, but I'm trying.
I'm with you on that, Michael. I do the same. Hi everyone. My first time here. Thanks for inviting me, Michael. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
I am new to this film industry, so I started off trying to be a rock star. Shockingly, that didn't work. I'm in Seattle, Washington. I've been in tech for 20 plus years and started film 2021, taking a NIFA course, some student films, and I've kind of been a 48-hour film project warrior over the last 2 years, just cranking those out. The last one, super proud of, putting that out in the film circuit. One of my goals for 23 is, what the hell is this film circuit thing about? How do I learn about that? Got accepted into a few, so excited for that. My goals for this year is to complete some, get outside of the 48, actually put some better short productions in, on my way to telling a feature where I want to get to, kind of autobiographical based on my life story. I'm Mexican-American. My father came from a small town in Mexico, my mother, distant town in Mexico, and I have 100 first cousins and just a rich family. Like, some of this stuff, I can't believe this shit is real, that I just want to, I want to share. I want to share with the world. I want to tell these stories and get them out there. So I'm just looking to network. I'm starting to get active here in the local Seattle community, but from writing groups, other kind of film collaborative groups, and just making connections and trying to up my education, taking some acting classes so I learn how to direct with actors better, and the whole gamut. So I put my site up there. I'll do it again if anyone wants to connect. It has all my contact info, and just love to meet folks. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Ed. Thank you for checking in, and don't be a stranger. That's your first time. Don't be a stranger. We're only going to do them once a month. I think we had kind of a fast pace during COVID every week. It might have been a little too much. So we're going to be back in April, probably the second week of April. So please join us. Hopefully after you have to do taxes anyway, but just thought about that. I got to watch out for these date conflicts. So thanks, Ed, for joining us. We're going to move on to Josh Powell. Hey, Josh.
So, oh, hey, thank you. Thanks for putting me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, I'll be quick. I'm Josh. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina, and my twin and I, we're a filmmaking team, and we mostly do horror films. We get most of our enjoyment from horror films. Right now, we're looking to do a short film that involves creature design, creature effects. So mainly came on here. We're used to kind of teaching ourselves stuff. If we don't know it, we'll teach ourselves. This is one thing where it would be really nice to have somebody who's done it before, somebody's expert advice. Even, if somebody can create something, that would be cool. But if you can just lend advice on like the different the best materials to use. The monster we're looking to create, or the creature we're looking to create, is basically don't steal this, guys. You guys, whatever. You guys steal it, whatever. But basically, like a creature that collects people's eyes, and so it's just it's this creature with a bunch of pockets all over its body that'll be filled with eyeballs. So that's what we're hoping to do. If anybody can or knows anybody that has interest in that, or expertise in that, hit me up. That would be awesome. Love to hear from you.
All right. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it, Josh. Appreciate it. Hopefully we get you a connection there.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Moving on. Let's see. Let me put the Ed hand down and the Josh hand down, and let's go to Julia Governo. Did I wreck that one, Julia?
Yeah, very close.
Okay.
You get my name right, so it's perfect.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So I'm a cinematographer, camera operator, and Steadicam operator. I'm based in LA, but originally I'm from Italy.
Okay.
Right now, as every freelance cinematographer, looking for more projects.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And, you know, looking to increase my network and
Okay.
meeting new people. Yeah, that's me, very short.
No problem. Do you have a reel or anything that you
Yeah, I'm
posted in the
gonna
chat?
publish everything. I have a reel. I have experience both short feature movie and documentaries.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Well, thank you for providing us with your reel. Everyone's always looking for a cinematographer. You said you're based in the LA area.
I'm based in LA area. I don't mind traveling.
Are you an owner operator as well, or do you only just operate? Do you own your own camera package?
I don't have my own camera. I have my own Steadicam gear.
Your own Steadicam gear. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Thank you so much for checking in. We appreciate it, Julia, and hopefully we'll get you a connection. All right.
Thank you.
Yep, you're very welcome. All right, we're going on to Joel Delgado. Correct me. Is it Joel?
Hey, Joel.
My man, Joel. What's up, buddy?
Hey there. Hey, yeah, I'm Joel Delgado. I have my own production company here in Denver, Colorado, and yeah, I had my short film at Mikel's Austin film festivals, which is really fun. And yeah, I'm working on a couple of different things, mostly documentary stuff, but I can also do some narrative stuff as well. So I'm working on a feature doc about Samoan tattooing, Samoan culture. I'm in principal photography for that right now, and we're going to end next year. So I'm looking for some experienced documentary film editors and producers as well, people that can help grease the gears of filmmaking. And yeah, if anyone needs any filming in Colorado, I got my own company and got a bunch of stuff, and can film out there. Yeah.
All right. You drop in like a website or a gear list or something like that?
Yeah, I can copy and paste all this stuff. Will the chat info be recorded as well on this?
You know, it's not on the video. I can download the file, and I did that last time. I have to see what kind of file it spits out for me. But I'll download the file and make it available in a follow-up email, or maybe I'll try and paste as much of it as I can in YouTube. I just didn't want to give a bunch of people's email addresses away, if you know what I mean.
For sure. So yeah, there's a lot of great people on here, and there's just so many links.
Yeah. Does everyone know if you can just click and download the chat for yourself? I know I can do it as an administrator.
I'm sure it's smart enough.
Someone knows how to do that.
You can click on and save a chat.
Yes.
On the three dots on the bottom, next to the emoji, if you click on top, you say save chat.
Yeah.
Love that. Thank you.
You need to do it close to the end, otherwise you're only gonna say what is up to now.
Oh yeah, this is readable. This is fine. Yeah, save the chat, and
sweet. Thanks.
I'll have the chat from the whole thing as well. I think I can post this in YouTube. I hope so. Anyway, my man, thanks Joel for joining me. We're gonna go out to, I know I've met you before, Tiberio.
Yes, it is. You have met me.
What's up, man?
I was the fortunate winner of this.
Look at you.
Little,
Doom Chat, baby.
Doom Chat web series award at the November Austin Comedy Film Festival. So thank you for that, Michael.
Yeah,
thanks for
you rocking, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate being here. So I just clicked on this because it came in the email, and that's basically why I'm here. But what I'm doing right now is right after the film festival in November, I saw a lot of great films, and it didn't matter that mine won because I was unhappy with it. I still didn't like it, and I saw movies there that were really encouraging. So I tried to keep in touch with some people from that festival. It was hard to network during the festival, but I went into a deep dive studying films when I got back. I studied some Kubrick films, some Cassavetes films. The one I really latched onto was Faces from John Cassavetes, and I wanted to make a movie with that kind of just as a jumping off point. So I started that. My girlfriend, right around the same exact time, had suggested a scenario about what would the price be for me to accept someone sleeping with her? And I thought that's a great jumping off point for a kind of Cassavetes dialogue drama. And so we started doing improvisations on these. And we came up with a little piece called John and Jenna, which is a name derived from the films of John Cassavetes and Jenna Rollins. And that's the film that we're working on right now. What we've done is we have made a lot of, we've done 6 different improvisations with different versions of this one scenario about a rich man who comes in and offers my girlfriend $30,000 to sleep with her. And then have done improvisations on that. That being said, this is all done completely homemade with a video camera. This is really a reference for writing. I don't have a place I'm going to with it. I don't know. I know that eventually I want to shoot something. We're going to write a script from the improvs when we want to shoot something. And I know I have an idea that's very different from this shorter idea for what a feature would be. But I just want to kind of take the steps in that direction of making a really great film out of this. She's a really good actress. She's never done film; she's done theater, and I'm acting in it with her. So as far as services, I act. Writing is my first thing, and I'm a director. And so that's what I'm working on now. And sorry, Doom Chat did not turn out to be a web series. I'm sorry I stole the web series award, but I got a film out of it at least. I didn't make any more Doom Chat, so
that's all right. It was still good. And I mean, you're selling yourself short, man. It's really good. And you know, I think it was a good concept. Have you posted it publicly?
Doom Chat?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, yes, yeah, I did open it to just on YouTube and stuff. I really don't know what to do with things like that. I thought about maybe just doing a kind of a DVD package of my films and just kind of selling them locally and stuff, just to get the word out there a little bit more. But I didn't, I mean, other than putting it on YouTube, you know, I'm not a YouTuber, I'm not a content creator, so I don't understand any of that stuff.
Well, if you like, why don't you send it over to Film Festival Circuit TV? It's just on our page. If you haven't gone anywhere else with it, at least with that, I mean, we've got about 40,000 users right now, and people are watching content around the clock.
Okay.
So I am going to throw the link in right here.
I'm also putting in my my info. So there's, well, it didn't turn into a link, so that sucks. But I'll work on that again. I'll put up my contact stuff. I'm very much on the very far outside. I live north of the city in New York, in Westchester County. A bit of a hermit. I love the idea of the art life. So when I ran into David Lynch, not in person, but when I found out about him, I said, this is what I enjoy. I enjoy really making things. I don't make things like I'm making a horror or making this. I kind of start with a seed and I kind of let it grow. And so that's what I'm into doing, but I do write. So if anybody needs any help with anything writing, I think that would probably be my first go-to as far as anything I can offer to you.
Thank you. There's a couple of people that commented that you got an interesting concept with the film that you're working on. So Tiberio, thank you for joining us, and we're going to keep it moving, my man.
Thanks.
All right, Joseph. Joseph's next.
Hi, I'm Joseph Jevons.
What's up, man? Good to see you again.
Good to see you again. I'm a high school senior, and I just finished up my second short film. It's called The Big Pelvis. It's about a fish that comes out of the lake just once a month, and the 3 fishermen are there to catch it at any cost. So
interesting title. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. That's what the fish is called. It's called The Big Pelvis.
All right.
So I have 1 year of experience. I'm like I said, I'm a high school senior. So I started last year, my junior year, and I made my first short film, Parasocial. And it was all filmed on iPhone. I didn't have like any film equipment because I was just starting out. But all of that aside, it won the best student film at Houston Comedy Film Festival. And that was such a great privilege. So I'm just happy to be here to make any connections for whatever my future holds. And I'm planning to go to film school in Texas. So it's just a great opportunity to make connections for whenever I go with that.
All right, good stuff. Well, you didn't just win. The crowd loved your film. They loved your
Thank
movie
you.
in Houston, man. They were cracking up. And it's always good to get, young people's perspective. I'm an old geezer, so this film industry lets me see, what your age bracket's doing. So thank you. Keep making films. I love your titles. I love your concepts. And there's nothing wrong with shooting on an iPhone, man. If that's the tool you got, that's the tool you got. But eventually, when you go to film school or communications program or whatever, you'll be able to get your hands on some better gear and stuff too. So appreciate
Right.
you.
I got an actual camera this time for my second film. So I got actual film equipment this time around, and that made it a whole lot better, a lot more entertaining to watch, I guess.
Okay. All right, my man. Well, I like to see the escalation of the productions, and feel free to join us March 13th. We're having another Houston Comedy Film Festival. I know it's kind of a work night, school night type thing on a Monday night, but if you can stop by for a little while, it'd be great to see you. Maybe you can do some networking.
Sure. Thank you.
Yep. Take it easy. Up next, Deborah Levine, or is it Levine? I don't know. My first guess is usually wrong. Deborah.
Yes, it's Levine, Deborah Levine.
Hey.
Hi there. I'm speaking from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Hey, good.
Although I grew up on the island of Bermuda and lived in New York, Boston, Chicago, you name it. And I have written 15 books, including 2 memoirs that have embedded in them my father's World War II letters. He was a military intelligence officer assigned to interrogate Nazi prisoners of war. And I have his letters. I wanted to make a documentary of it and of my life with him. I did not know how to write a script. A friend of mine, you may know him, his name is Dylan Kussman. He was an actor in Dead Poets Society and a producer. He has coached me. And the documentary that came out of it, has been picked up by something called Jewish Life TV and spread around the world. And I'm a first timer and I'm amazed. But what I really would like some more help with is a TV pilot script I wrote about my life. And as you can see, I've had quite a journey. I'm not young. And it has been a winner in 25 cases in film festivals around the world. Now, the documentary has been a winner in 7. That's great. But the TV pilot, 25 times a winner, I'm hoping to get it produced. I have a pitch deck for it. I've got the script that Dylan helped me to write. And I'm hoping that people can take advantage of this somewhat senior citizen's view of being the daughter of what we called a Ritchie boy, if you know what Fort Ritchie was in World War II, and coming to be a Holocaust educator herself. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Explain to us what a Ritchie boy is.
Okay, so during World War II, there was a secret military intelligence training camp called Fort Ritchie in Maryland. And it took people who were Jewish, maybe new immigrants who could speak German, and trained them to be spies and to interrogate Nazi prisoners of war. They took my dad, who was actually born in America. He explained that to them, and they didn't care. He spoke German and French, which he had learned at Harvard, and sent him off to England, Paris, Belgium, and eventually Germany. And he was a literary gentleman, so he wrote over 100 letters to my mom, hers to him. He also kept in a secret file cabinet in his closet that I didn't know about until I took the job in a Jewish Federation in Tulsa, Oklahoma, shortly after the Oklahoma City bombing, and dealt with neo-Nazis myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
A journey, and I would love to have it shared.
So you're looking for development? You're still needing help with development?
Yeah, I have the script. I'm looking forward to having it produced, whatever that takes.
Okay.
And any advice on that?
All right. Thank you very much. And yeah, you should reach out to William Garcia. Maybe there's some other people in here. If you put your email address or some way in the chat for people to get a hold of you, preferably not email because you get spammed, but if you could put some kind of contact information in the chat, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Lisa. Lisa's up next.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
We're kind of still reeling a little bit from Deborah. We want to just kind of give a little extra moment to her before we let ourselves shine.
So powerful, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'm a granddaughter of Holocaust survivors and
wow.
Ashkenazi Jewish as well. So just kind of take a moment. But yeah, I'm Lisa. I'm Ellis. And we are a creative duo from Toronto and lifelong friends. And here's our elevator pitch. You can really compare us to the Toronto version of the Broad City Women. And we're just excited to be here, excited to meet people. We love telling stories. That's our passion. And just thank you so much for facilitating this incredible creative community.
No problem. Are you looking to make any specific connections or?
Just meeting people. We're going to leave our YouTubes and people can kind of get a taste of what we're all about.
Okay.
And I'm no stranger to the festival circuit. I know you probably don't remember me, Michael, but you've helped quite a few filmmakers that I was producing, repping, going through your festival. And
awesome.
This is nice to just connect with people, you know. Filmmaking is such a powerful medium to not just tell your story, but to enhance empathy, grow connections, and of course, you know, heal and connect with community. So just important medium in art. So just thank you to everybody who's sharing.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, moving on. Tammy Sang. Tammy. Am I saying that?
Yeah, you said it exactly correct.
All right. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for the invite. Sorry I couldn't go down to the short film festival last year. And sorry I'm gonna not be able to come in March either.
No worries.
So I'm I'm in Vancouver, BC, Canada. I've been in the Vancouver film industry here for about 10 years now. I've made my way up to second assistant director. I'm currently working on So Help Me Todd for odd episodes. And I'm just trying to get out of ADing because I just want to write. I wasn't sure what to expect when I saw the email invitation for this. Just hopped in a little bit late because I'm actually taking a whole episode off right now because I'm doing a short film.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I wrote a short for that NYC Midnight competition, and I didn't make it through, but I love the short anyway. And I pitched it to one of my other AD friends, and we actually made it to the final pitching stage of the DGC, or the Directors Guild of Canada, BC Emerging Greenlight Grant, but we didn't get it, so we're making it anyway.
Well, the work that I've seen of yours is excellent. That's a powerful story that you did, very introspective, and you know, it's just, there's so many people. Did you make that during COVID? Because it's like
yeah, so I made Lauren in the Bathroom over COVID. Here in Vancouver, we have the there's a lot of words here. The Vancouver Asian Film Festival has the Mighty Asian Movie Making Marathon competition, which has two separate streams, like a 1-minute stream and a 10-minute stream. And then you just submit, and I think only 6 people get selected from each of the submissions, and then they give you kind of a platform to make it, and then the winners get to be showcased at the actual Vancouver Asian Film Festival later that year. I did a 10-minute version. I did a 10-minute short with them back in 2019, and at that time they had no funding, so it was just a platform. When I did Lauren in the Bathroom, they did have some funding for the 10 minutes, but not the 1 minute, which I was. So once again, it was just a platform. But yeah, no, I always wanted it to be like a 2 minute, like a longer than the 1 minute. So the version that made it into your Austin Film Festival is the 2 minute version. And yeah, it was just, I just challenged myself to just film it all in one space. And for those that didn't see it, or those that don't know, Lauren in the Bathroom is about a girl that's in the bathroom. She gets locked, and then she sees her past self, and then versions of her future self. And yeah, I did it because, you know, the bathroom's where you're most vulnerable to yourself, even though it's a spot that you're kind of safe from the outside world.
Yeah, very good work there. And yeah, we're proud to screen it. Excellent film. And whenever it's done with its festival run, we'd love to see you on the channel on Film Festival Circuit TV. If you just go to our site where you get the tickets, it says submit at the top, and submissions are free. So we'd love to have you whenever it's available, or any of your other work. So appreciate you joining us. And are you looking to make any specific connections in Vancouver?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to pull out of this, and so I already reached out to Amy. I heard that she was in Vancouver. I also worked with the Kung Fu team. They're great ADs over there. Super.
I was gonna say, now that you say that, I see that here you did 4 episodes, so I'm sure we met in passing before.
I think so. Yeah, I only did season 1 as a day call second, and I'm friends with Jenna and them over there. She said, yeah, they keep the actors keep asking, where's that Asian AD?
Yeah, come on back.
Yeah, so.
That's funny. Well, I'm glad we could make these Vancouver connections on the Film Festival Circuit networking. So I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you.
All right, we're gonna go to, all right, is it Dano or Dano? You're gonna have to hook me up.
Yeah,
here.
you can go with Dano. It's usually
Dano.
Yeah.
What's up,
Actually,
Dano?
I've just the first time I've met you. I put out an animated short called Sure. And it was at
Yeah.
the Portland Comedy, and you were nice enough to take a picture of it being on the thing. Is it okay if I put that on the film freeway? Is that cool? Sweet, thanks.
You can put that anywhere the more you spread it, the better.
All right, I will put your credits on it and post it up there. Again, my name is Dano. I am an animator, director. I guess I'm a filmmaker. It's not really a film, it's a short. I am going into a new genre that's known as like a Christian horror. I don't know what it's called, actually. I just see a lot of people doing it, so I started making a show. So I'll put a link to the short Sure, and also the trailer for my show is up there. There's a lot of creatures in it, because in like the old biblical stuff, there's like locust men with like weird faces and things. So I'm doing the CG stuff because I worked on King Kong, so it's like stuff that I know. So I'm making stuff like that and put it in there. And I'm not really looking for connections. I just saw that you've been posting this, Michael. Yep. And I was like, I tried to catch it last week, and I was like, too late. I was like, oh, yeah, no worries. So I was like, all right, I'll catch it this week. So that's all. I'm just here to like say hey to everybody, and thanks for doing this. It's really cool.
Yeah, no problem. King Kong, that's a huge credit, man. I mean, you just dropped that. Like, what happened there?
Yeah, it was a cool place. That Peter Jackson, I didn't know. I was sitting right next to him. By that time, he was skinny, and I had no idea. So I was like, "Hey, when's Peter Jackson get here?" And they're like, "You're literally sitting right next to him." And I looked over, and I'm like, "This skinny guy right here." And I'm like, "Oh, hello, sir." So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't ask him. That would have been funny.
Right. Yeah.
So, well, good stuff. Well, thanks for chiming in. We'll be back again next month too, and
cool.
It'd be great if you can join us. Thank you.
Right on. All right, thank you.
All right, moving on. My man in Oregon, Timothy Blackton.
What's up, Michael? Hi, everybody. I'm Timothy Blackton. I'm an independent filmmaker in Portland, Oregon. I have a long history in events, television, and film. But where I'm at right now is I'm working to raise financing for my first feature. It's a $300,000 comic thriller, if you will, set in 2004 in rural Oregon, about 2 old friends, reuniting, save a family member from jail time, make a small town wrong right, and score some weed. and it's called Searching for Mary Jane. Hey, William. Sorry, William's messaging me individually here, and it's going up on my feed. William, by the way, who I met through Michael, and I met in LA about a year and a half ago, which was a great connection. So,
awesome.
And my short was part of your 2020 comic film festival in Portland, Oregon, Tex. And, with the pandemic, it kind of just sort of leveled out. But so that's where I'm at. I've got working on getting an actress attached and a distribution deal put together. But that's where I'm at. And I'm always looking to partner with creative folks that are interested in working in the Portland, Oregon area for a late summer shoot.
All right, we had a couple people in the Northwest. Christos is from up there in Seattle.
I came into the conversation a little late, but I'll post a link to my website. You can check out Tex is there and a little bit about me and what I do.
What are you doing with Tex these days? I thought it was going to be a series.
No, I never turned into anything. I think the pandemic really stalled all of that out. As far as that, and then I began the realization of do I make another series of shorts, or do I just make this feature that I'd like to make that I've been working with most of my life, right? So it's at this point in my life, make the feature, and I can come back to Tex at any time.
Makes sense. My man, Timothy, thanks for checking in. And don't be a stranger at our festivals, man. I'd love to see you.
I know. I got to create some more content. That's just how that goes. So
we'll come down, coffee and networking at every event. Oregon Documentaries on the 12th. And if you can. All right, brother.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right. That was great to hear from great to hear from Timothy. Zuzana. Am I saying that right? There's so many Z's. You have to unmute.
Hello.
This is Hi.
Nick from Caesar Pictures. In London.
Coming to you from sunny London.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. I can see the sun shining. Oh, wait.
Absolutely.
Oh, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. It is very good to see you.
Yeah, we are so excited that we'll be able to send you some short films. One of the short films that we've made at Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
When we went last year, it already won an award at London Film Festival. So we are definitely looking forward to cheering up your raving fans and festivaliers at the many festivals.
Thank you. Yeah, we do have a lot of festivals, and we have a lot of comedy. We have a lot of animation, and if you can make it stateside, our events are fun. I don't know if you've ever been to Austin, Texas, or to Portland, Oregon, but we have a lot of fun here.
Oh, it would be so amazing.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll make it. Yes.
We've been to LA. That's the only place we've been to. And every year we say, we want to go to New York. So let's see. But I mean, it would be so amazing to visit Austin or Portland or different cities. Yes.
Yeah. So where is your focus in production? You do animation?
No, we don't do any animation. We're mainly, we do quite a variety of things, but our sort of mainstream is we're doing weekly short comedies to kind of keep us going. It's for our YouTube channel, and it's a lot of fun. And some of them are breaking out and becoming festival hits and winning awards, which is great.
Yes, and we both won awards for acting as well. I won the best supporting actor. Nick is won best comedy actor. So we are available for anyone here as actors as well. And we've got an agent, and we are both on Spotlight in the UK. So that's very exciting.
Yeah, and we're also writing some longer form scripts and working on getting a sort of zero budget feature film made, and all this kind of thing.
I thought I remembered you. I want to look back. So you were in our Reno. We don't do the Reno Comedy Film Festival anymore. We left Nevada, but you were in our Reno and our Portland Comedy Film Festivals. I thought I recognized your name. So
and Austin, and we have a nice cup. A nice
cup.
Yeah, we got the cup.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that. Well, we'd love to have you, especially at Austin. I think you'd get a kick out of it. I think you'd have a lot of fun. And but man, it's great to connect with you. And you said you're doing weekly comedies. Are you in production right now? Like this month?
Well, we're kind of we've got short films. So like Susanna said, we went on holiday in Paris last year, and we thought, hey, look, we're on the Eiffel Tower. Let's make a video about it.
Film, yeah.
Well, since we're here, we've got a bit of production value. Get us out of the flat.
Yeah.
But
so fun.
We kind of made this commitment back during the pandemic, and so now we're on about 135 videos or something like this.
Oh my gosh!
It just it keeps you ticking over as as a creative person, as actors, as directors, as performers, as editors, and you keep learning, keep developing, making the music as well, and all of these things. Yeah.
You're like a whole production factory over there. Well,
oh yeah, we do. We call it the Swollywood.
Yeah, we're based in southwest London, so we call it Swollywood. Yeah.
Swollywood Sweethearts. Yes, you can find us on YouTube as Swollywood Sweethearts. Yeah.
Yeah, can you post a link? I would love to see your videos again. And I know we've had you at our festivals, and just you're the two happiest people I've ever met in London. I tell you what.
That's so nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that's brilliant. That's so
everyone looks so serious when I go to London. Everyone, they look serious, no eye contact, so.
Yeah. Oh, no eye contact. Yeah, you might get taken away.
You get frightened, yeah. Except of me and Nick, to make sure.
Except you two. All right, I'm looking you up when I come back to London, so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mike, we have to do something when you come to London, go for dinner or something.
Thank you. I will take you up on that. Well, can you please, put any links in the chat? Everyone, I see a few people in the chat posting. They'd love to see your show and anything you have. And hopefully we can make you some connections. We've got New Zealand today, Finland, London. So this is awesome. Thank you so much for checking in.
Yeah, great pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Enjoy.
All right, so now we're going to move on to Kenneth. Hey, Kenneth.
Hi, Michael. How are you?
I'm good, my man. How's life?
It's okay. I'm a comedy screenwriter, and I did it for a couple of years, and then put it away for a year and a half or so, and then came back to it recently. And my last screenplay, The Campaigners, is a finalist, and it was a finalist in your Portland Comedy Film Festival, and it's also a finalist in Austin, which is coming up. So that was a good outcome. And I haven't written a screenplay that's been made into a film. I have a full-time job, I suppose. So this is kind of a part-time thing, but I have gotten quite good at writing comedy screenplays, and it's so much fun. I was up way too late last night working on one, and it sometimes it displaces my day job because I'm into it. So, I'm just trying to learn and network and let people know about me, and it's nice to be on the call.
Well, you're a heck of a writer, my man. Are you going to be able to make it to Austin, or are you going to support us from afar?
I don't have any concrete plans at this point. I'm based in upstate New York, so it's a bit of a hike for me. I did see you in Portland a few years ago, and that was actually the first film festival I went to, and that was quite nice. So.
Oh, thank you. I'm hearing that a lot these days. I'm always the first one. It's like
yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Well, look, we'll see what happens in Austin. No pressure to attend, but of course, we'd love to see you and have you on stage and talk to you at any festival that you're accepted into. The judges really enjoy your writing, multiple markets. I mean, you do very, very well. And you got anything coming up? Any leads on production or anything like that?
I don't at this point. I don't, and I'm probably not active enough in trying to get there. So hopefully this networking on these calls will be an impetus for that. Yeah.
Well, there's production companies looking to make stuff. I mean, and you can talk to William, you can talk to some other people that you might see on here, put it in the chat, have a link, share some of your scripts. I'm sure there's people that want to look over them and read them.
Yeah.
Christos, Anita, a couple people they're always reading. So, see what you can do. But we love your stuff. And if you're ever at, one of our festivals, we'd love to see you again. All right.
You got it, Michael. You got it. Thank you so much. It's great to be here. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll put my info in the chat and the link to my new screenplay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's go to Lawrence Tagala. Lawrence. You have to unmute.
Okay,
There you go.
There we go.
What's
Hi,
up?
Michael. Thank you for having me. I'm
no
sorry
problem.
I missed the first time. Got really busy, but it's all good. I'm a director DP here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I also went through the COVID lockdown for a while, like you guys. But now I'm going back and forth between Vegas and Los Angeles, getting some work. And I'll put my link here. It's got all my social media. And there we go. All the icons are there. You can click on one or all. and yes, I'm a owner operator as well. So if you're in Vegas and you need something really fast, just let me know. I'm here.
What do you own? What kind of camera package you have?
Oh gosh, numerous.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. I'll go from old Canon classic EOS to Lumix 4K, Lumix 6K, cinema box cameras. I have a red Komodo and you know, also I've got audio packages. So
okay,
if you need audio, you know, just let me know as well. We first met, oh gosh, it was in the pandemic too. I won dark drama in Oregon.
Yes.
And that was for my dark sci-fi Mars adventure love story, All My Shades of Blue.
Yeah, we screened that in the drive-in theater.
Yes, I was ready to fly out, but I lost my ID. I couldn't board.
Oh man.
I lost the money on the fare, you know, whatever.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's all right, but it's all good. You know, no, it's an experience. And I'm happy, fortunate that I'm, you know, where I'm sitting in my house, locked down, isolated, I'm actually reaching to the world. So I find that the cinema has been a lifesaver. You can talk the cinematic language. I got my start in '91, went to film school in Brooklyn College, graduated. In '91, they came out with this whiz bang gadget called Avid Media Composer, right? And they just used me as a guinea pig. You know, they took it out of their garage, brought it to the campus and says, hey, you cut this on VHS.
Wow.
and
Wow.
then we did the nonlinear stuff and then ported the edit decision list on this big 5.5-inch floppy drive. and that went into $1 million Grass Valley editor, which did the online cut on 1-inch type C, these VTRs that were as big as refrigerators. Like, yeah, that's $1 million there.
Old school, man. You're dating yourself. Old school.
Oh no.
Yeah. You sound like Howard Hughes cutting his film in The Aviator there. I'm joking.
Yes.
But
yeah, no, it's you know, I also had I haven't been very active in festival competition in the circuit, but one filmmaker reached out to me and they had some problems finishing. You know, that's usually the case. I can edit as well and you know, get your stuff in deliverables that's needed for the festivals, etc. And so I'll link this. Yeah, sure. And this was the last film I worked on. They said, "Hey, Larry, we're out of money." You always like to hear that. We're out of money. Can you save our film? Save our film, please. And I said, okay, can we redo some sound, and they said, Larry, our actress is mad at us. You know, we've been sitting on this for a year now, you know, because it's COVID, etc. And they just couldn't finish it. So I said, okay, I'll work with what you got. 22 minutes running time. It took me 10 days to do a first pass, second pass, and final revision. And then after that, I did the sound editing, and then sound sweetening. And then they sent it off to the colorist. I could also color. I'm a DaVinci Resolve editor. I did everything on DaVinci Resolve. But they wanted to go with a colorist. So I said, yeah, sure, go ahead, send it. Came back 2 weeks later. I did the deliverables that one day, and you know, 2-pop and everything, we're good to go.
My man, well, that's what people need to get saved. You know, I have a film actually that we got a submission to our Film Festival Circuit TV channel, and it's just got some audio issues, and you can tell the editor didn't know, because sometimes audio's in the left ear and then sometimes the dialogue's in the right ear, and they just didn't know how to do the channels, didn't know the rules about making things mono. So I tell you what, I'm going to reach out to you. So give me some.
I have the Isotope post-production 5 suite.
Sure.
So I can also do some, like, get you some bass and full dynamic range. So yes.
Hey, Larry, I just wanted to ask you a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
Did you by any chance ever use the video toaster?
Oh, yes, we did.
That's a deep cut for like editors who were never that. Yeah. It was like the precursor, the final cut.
Yes, video toaster, video cube. That just like crashed and burned out. There was all kinds of, like, oh gosh, there was one system that I could take off the shelf VHS, VHS tapes and do this at home. But of course it'll never go on, do the online thing. They said, oh, we'll have an EDL module attached to it, but that never happened. So.
All right, guys. Well, both of you, post-production contacts, Chris, those two, thanks for checking in, and glad we got your contact info. Glad we got a chance to talk to you. Thank you. Thank you, Lawrence, for, you go by Lawrence or Larry? I'm sorry.
Larry's good.
Larry, thank you, Larry.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries. And we're gonna, no more hands are up, but I did see a post. Is it Grazina, I think, posted in here. Have to go next time. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? We'll speak to you next time. I'll put you in the front of the line if you had to go, sorry. But is there anyone else who'd like to talk today? I don't want to hold you in overtime if you don't have to. Oh, was that Nicole? I'm sorry. Did I just mute you, Nicole?
Sorry, Nancy Goodman.
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
I'm sorry, I didn't know we were supposed to be raising our hands.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I guess I should have said that. I'm sorry. If anyone else wants to talk, raise your hand before we end here. We only have 15 minutes left. Nancy Goodman, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for hosting this. I was very much looking forward to it. So
no worries.
I'll try to be fast. So I'm on my second feature film. It's a romantic comedy. Thank you for your nomination for this one for Best Rom-Com in your Boston festival.
Yes.
And so my first experience was from a novel that I wrote. It's called Surprise Me. I wrote, directed, and partially produced with Kevin McRail in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up on Amazon Prime. It's a rom-com. And so this one it's called As You Wish. And it comes from one of my more pathetic nights, because I think the best things come from where we are pathetic. And this was one of those, like, single divorce mom of 3 nights where I was just feeling very hopeless that I'd ever meet anybody. And so I didn't know what to do to comfort myself. So I thought about my daughter in college and how she still had this stuffed animal that she held. And I thought, that's what I need. So I ran to Walgreens, like in my PJs. I test drove the stuffed animals. I picked one, I brought it home, and I wrote on my computer, "Dear My Answered Prayer." And I wrote a letter to the man who I hoped would come into my life one day, exactly what he'd accept in me, what we'd be like as a couple. And So I opened the seam of the dog's belly. I tucked the note inside and I held him for comfort, and that helped me sleep that night. So at some point, maybe in that next year, I met a guy who I decided was my dog opener, and I gave him the animal. It was like this wonderful romantic moment. And then I decided, oh, I need to invent these wish puppies that were these stuffed animals with a Velcro thing inside to tuck a wish. And so what ended up happening is I had 2,000 of them coming back to me from China. And that's when he dumped me. And so I sort of gave up on it, but what a great rom-com. And so it's so, and then I have relaunched. So these guys are coming out in the spring because I'm not only into writing, I like to create stuffies. So these are Stuff and Tuddles, and they have a little pocket. This my
Nice.
here and my owl. And so I am launching sort of a 3-pronged project: Stuff and Tuddles, a children's book, and then the rom-com. So my feeling about romantic comedies is that they are a setup for women to feel less than, because if we can't measure up to that person, her looks, her attitudes, the way she handles herself, the way she reacts, then we've gone and we're seeking out this place to feel good and have entertainment and maybe have a little hope. And we're walking away feeling like, well, my happiness can never be hers because I can't be her. And so my romantic comedy is based on the pathetic parts of a person that are very comedic, and also how one wish happened, everything was going great, and this is the story of that actually did happen when he broke up with me, and then my son needed a kidney transplant, which I miraculously was able to be the donor, and all. So it's like when everything goes right, and then everything falls apart. And so my feeling about rom-coms is that if they would, I feel like sometimes they run away from trauma and depth, thinking that we won't want them. But I actually think that's what we attach to, especially with the climate of today. And so I'm looking to do this second romantic comedy launched with the Stuff and Tuddles, which would be sort of a merchandise ancillary product off of it, and the children's book. So I'm looking for production help. There you go.
Well, it's not often that I hear someone who's got a pitch that's also associated with a product. So
yeah.
That's very cool. And you said a lot there about your son and the kidney. And I mean, just wow, just really a lot going on there. So I appreciate you being so transparent with us and sharing, just how personal the stories are to you. I think this is amazing.
I think it's important to be personal. And I think it's what people develop. I think it's nice when you can watch something and instead of it being something that could never happen to you, it's something that either draws upon something that did happen to you or could. But I think the survival of it and the rom-com tone of comedy throughout, but it weaves, which is what life does. And so
Sure.
that's my interest in romantic comedy moving forward is, and actually that was part of what surprised me was a romantic with depth, with very real characters and situations that still makes us laugh, but also gives hope in the end.
All right. Well, with that, thank you so much. Don't be a stranger, Nancy. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you. All right. I see one more hand. Mark. All right. I'm going to butcher this one. Mark Ogashwitz.
So close. So close.
Uh-oh.
No, I mean really, really close.
What is it then? What is it? Tell me. Ogashwitz?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, my friend. How are you?
It depends on the day. It depends on the client I'm working with. So thank you for having this kind of thing put together. I belong to another group that does this every Thursday night. I actually see people who belong to it here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's a group that of a bunch of people who not only get to know each other like this, but help each other out. And before I tell everybody who I am, I want to throw something out really quickly to Tiberio. I hope I'm not butchering his name, and I hope he's still there because I just see his name. But with his idea, if you want to make sure to stay original and fresh and never hear it's been done before, check out the movie Indecent Proposal with Robert Redford. Because that's a story about a man who offers $1 million to Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson to sleep with his wife, Woody Harrelson's wife. And so you can stay clear of it's been done before, because you can make sure to stay away from what's already been done in that movie and stay fresh and original. Okay, so I am an editor slash filmmaker. I've been editing professionally since like 2021, when I did a documentary on the Sundance Film Festival. I have a short film called The Dead That Live in the Austin After Dark Film Festival, which up until 3 days ago, I wasn't sure I was going to be going to for money reasons, but I just found out I have cousins that live there who could maybe house me. So the chances now went from not going to be able to go to, yeah, maybe let's see what my work schedule is.
All right. Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, we'll definitely have representation there, though, because my producing partner, who's also the writer and the actor, Mario, who I think you may have met.
Yeah, Mario Maeve. Yeah, he told me he was coming to represent.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be there. He's already got his plane ticket, and I think he's got his tickets to the festival. So that's really exciting. The film's been getting noticed across the country. I've won a couple of awards and stuff. So, but I'm very happy to get into the Austin After Dark Film Festival. Everybody I tell that to, they seem to really respect your festival.
Thank you.
So that's really kind of exciting. The reason I'm here is when you invite me to an event like this is because I love to network with people. I love to share with people, maybe work on other people's projects, whether it's a paid gig or it's a simple, hey, I'll edit for you if you do this for me kind of trade up situation. It's all about getting to know people and helping each other out. And I find that groups like this are really heavy in that kind of situation. I've been a movie lover since 1985. I can actually pinpoint it to the movie, which was a movie called Witness, that changed my life. And I watch everything that comes out. I graduated college at Columbia in Chicago. My specialty in editing is basically if you shoot your film and you ran out of time and didn't get enough footage and you can't figure out how it goes together, that's my specialty, because I don't necessarily let the filmmakers tell me how to put it together. I let the footage tell me how it belongs together.
Okay. I
will actually talk to the footage and my wife will look at me like I'm crazy. What are you doing? The computer. But I find that you can actually, I've yet to find a film that didn't work. When filmmakers will sometimes give up. I just edited something where the director, she kind of gave up on it. And she said to me, Mark, can you just do your own cut? That cut is now playing the film festivals and I've won 2 editing awards on it.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, good work.
So if you're ever having issues, and even if you don't need an editor, but you just want somebody to look at it, here, I'll push enter on my information. You just want somebody to look at it, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to look at a film and give suggestions and such on ways that things can come together. This talent has had a lot of people say to me, Mark, why don't you direct? Why don't you direct? Which is why I've now directed 4 shorts, one of which I will never show to anyone because we made a lot of mistakes on it, but I'm very happy I did it because you learn from your mistakes. But the other 3 that I'm very proud of. Because I know we're running out of time and you got 2 more hands up. I'm just
2 more hands.
Yeah, I want to make sure they have their time. I'm just going to end with this. In my information, there's a website called Underexposed Cinematic Treasures that I'm trying to push. It is a website where it's a movie review website, actually, where I recommend underseen, unseen, misunderstood, or forgotten films. So if you're looking for a movie and you don't want to watch just the thing that's everybody else is watching, you want to maybe check out something you've never heard of, check out my website. There's only 20 movies on there right now, but because it's relatively new. But my goal is to get away from all the hatred film criticism, get into the positive film criticism, and maybe introduce people to some movies they maybe haven't heard of.
My man, I love it. Thank you very much. I hope I get to see you at Austin After Dark. If not, I totally get it, but it'd be great to see you there.
I'm going to go home. I go home tomorrow because I'm actually at a wedding right now. I'm going to go home tomorrow and I'm going to see if I can work my work schedule around. If I can, then I see the train tickets are actually not that expensive. So.
Where are you coming from?
I'm coming from California.
On a train. All right, that's dedication, my friend.
Hey, you know, you watch a couple of movies while you're in the seat. So,
all right, good stuff. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me. Simon, what's up, Simon? We got Simon and Madison. That's it. So if you didn't get your hand up today, we're gonna have to get you the next time. Simon,
can you hear me?
I can hear you now. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great. I mean, today, thanks for the email invite. That's why I jumped on. A lot of Canadians here. I'm a Canadian citizen, British guy too, living in La La Land. I think it was a finalist in one of your competitions. I can't remember which one it was. It was Manifesto, a lick it up yet wildly successful Hollywood director must shed his vices in time to stop a madman's murderous war on corporate America, which was sort of a black comedy based on my time in advertising. My background, I'm a photojournalist. I was a unit photographer on feature films. I shot with Paul Walker, rest in peace, Lawrence Fishburne, Tia Carrere. Worked on set with Ridley Scott as a unit photographer and just amazed by everyone's talent. So I pushed the pen too. Working on a script right now called Laced, which is working with the producer in Canada. We have an opportunity to shoot on an island called Minister's Island, which is a 500-acre island off the coast of St. Andrews in New Brunswick, and you can only access at low tide. So you're trapped on the island for most of the day. So I've written up this yarn, working on a script. It's called Laced, about a bunch of psychonauts from Toronto University that are hired by the CIA to discover mind control on the island. So working on that, I have to go to look at the island in a few months. But just generally, I just wanted to say hi, and I love everyone's passion here and your passion too with all of your stuff. I love your shows, and I'm going to keep pushing the passion, and hopefully I'll be back for more. How often is this? Once a month that you do this?
It's what, yeah, we just, so 2022, I took off. Okay. I just didn't, I moved from Portland, Oregon down to San Antonio, Texas. And it was quite the jump, and it was just a tough year. And
yeah, I can imagine.
It was a lot, but we're back, and I'm committed, and people were emailing me all year, Michael, come back, bring back the virtual networking. So we're not going to go the breakneck pace we were during COVID, where it was every week, where people just really needed to talk.
No, but this is great because it gets people to plug in and listen and hear what other people are doing and inspire people. I think that's really important because, you know, even this morning I'm reading something like this because I can't push the pen, right? It's like you've got to find passion and make it happen. Whether you're a director, a creator on any level, you know, shooting film, writing words, above the line, below the line, this is the place to be, to meet with everyone, I think. And, you know, I've always really enjoyed your festivals, and I've always had responses for my work that I put in. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I did a little search because I remember your name, and you were in quite a few: Houston, Portland, Oregon Springs. I mean, you just
you know, spin it out, you know, just to see what response you get. Yeah. I mean, it's all proactive. It doesn't, you know, you're only where you started. If nothing happens, you can only move forward. You're not going to go back. So, yeah,
that's like the quote of the day right there. And you know, people do really need to network. I'm glad we could add this. I'm glad we could give people a forum, and it's free. You know, there's no charge. There's no ticket. It's just time. And I've met some great people on here. I'm over here taking notes from the chat. You know, so this is a lot of fun.
Exactly. Yeah. Just wanted to say, hey man, I've enjoyed today, and maybe I'll talk to you.
Thank you so much, Simon. Have a good one. We're going to go to our last person, Madison Fry.
Hi.
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. So to anybody that doesn't know me, which is basically everybody, but so I'm Madison Fry. So I'm a filmmaker and screenwriter and stuff like that. I recently graduated from cinema, television, media in last spring, and I moved to California with my sister. And you know, we've been trying to get into production and doing stuff like that. And yeah, our goal is to be like, you know, our ultimate goal is that we want to be like, you know, directors together, like kind of like how the Coen brothers are and stuff like that. So yeah, lately we've just trying to get involved with anything we can, just to, you know, work with other people and like, you know, do creative stuff. Cause you know, filmmaking is our passion, and it's like, and you know, it's fun and stuff. And it's the reason why I moved to California. So I want to work with as many people as I can, and, you know, try to get where I want to be and stuff like that. support other people and getting to where they want to be, because it's like, making movies is just, it's just great. But anyway, I'm currently writing a feature, which like I think it's gonna be like another horror one again. But yeah, I actually had one in Oregon Screams Film Festival,
Yeah.
called Across the Road, which was it was a finalist in the short screenplay thing. So I was trying to like figure out ways to get that made, because it doesn't, it's not that big a budget. It's like really easy to make, but just starting out is just, really difficult, getting that first step. But yeah, yeah, I was involved with a couple short films and stuff so far. And like right now, yeah, my what I'm just trying to do is kind of navigate LA, because I'm from Pennsylvania. It's all a new thing. And like there's so much opportunities to be involved with other people's projects here. And it's just like, it's just to try to find your footing, like, and to just get it all moving, like it's just been here and there, But
Well, even though I like what you said about the spirit of collaboration and about, just wanting to work with other people. And I tell you what, when I first started, I was so green and so new that I volunteered for everything that I could get a credit and a call sheet for. I didn't start out as a sound mixer. I started out as a boom operator on free stuff, on freezing cold shoots in the middle of the night, boiling hot shoots in the middle of the day, and just volunteering and being there and always having cards and always following up and networking with people. And I tell you what, you work on 10, 15 productions, and I know you have to make, you got to eat while you're doing that. You got to have some kind of a job situation, or maybe, ride share or whatever it takes. But the more credits you get, the more people that see that you hustle and you do a good job, that you do good work, you get hired. I went from being a boom operator on a student film, and in my payment was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And, next thing you know, I'm on the set of, a huge film or a big news studio or something like that. And everyone's looking at me for my technical expertise with sound. So things can really, really change if you're dedicated. So I think you're on the right track. And don't worry, everybody in LA, nobody's from LA. Everybody's from outside LA. That's kind of an overstatement, but you'll make it. You'll do just fine. Well, Matt, anything else? Is there anything particular? Are you looking what are you looking to do on set? You looking to a production assistant or camera department?
Yeah, basically anything. I mean, like, yeah, I'm really into like, yeah, I just love doing things on set in general, but I also do like, editing, and my minor was sound engineering, so I do a lot of that too, like sound design and like mixing and stuff like that. So I did a couple stuff out here with that already. And just like yeah, I just like enjoy like working with cameras, and pretty much like anything on set, it's just all like just a great experience. So yeah, and like I pretty much have like I just do a little bit of everything, like as I said, like editing, sound, writing, and I like, of course, like I directed some things and stuff like that. And
okay.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Well, if your contact information is in the chat, we give one last for people to download the chat and check it out. It is 3:03 p.m., my favorite number, and we are going to be moving on with this week's meeting just to make sure everyone can make it. But copy the chat if you need it. There's 3 little dots down there that you can click on and copy the chat. Thank you all.
Michael?
Yeah.
Where do you post the videos of these networking chats at?
Well, I haven't actually put the text chat anywhere yet. But
no. I'm talking about the videos themselves.
Oh, on YouTube. And we have last week's on YouTube. Do you want to see it? You want me to send you a link?
Yes. Because
Yeah,
I tried to ask that last time, but the meeting ended too quickly.
No worries. I included it on this newsletter too.
Okay.
But let me give you my YouTube real quick. So oh, sorry, I was looking in live. And I'm just at Michael Fair on YouTube as well. Sorry, we post a lot. So here it is. Here's a copy of our last one. And please like my channel. I know that's like YouTube speak. You hear that on every single YouTube video. Please like and say, but like the channel, listen to the networking, put it on in the background while you're cruising around. You never know if there's someone on there that can help you out. So we are ready to jump out of here. Let me copy a link and throw it into the chat here. Yeah. Okay, somebody's. All right. And if anybody is wondering, somebody's got me unmuted. So thank you all. Thank you all for being here. And you can always email me. I'll throw that in the chat real quick. I answer every email. And it's good to hear from you. And I will see you, some of you, I will see at our premium webinar on the 4th on Saturday to talk to Oliver Mann about his journey to creating a feature film. And others I will see at events in March. We have 4 of them. And I look forward to seeing you probably about the 2nd week of April. I'll send you an email for another virtual networking meeting, probably right after Austin After Dark Film Festival on April 2nd. So thank you so much. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye, Susanna. I liked your channel. I love it. I like your YouTube channel.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And remember, important.
All right, my man, Christos, take it easy, dude. Sunita, see ya. Kara, I didn't talk to you this time. I hope I see you next time. William, Groznia, take it easy. Bye. Bye, Kara. See you next time. I hope you join us and talk next time. All right.